understand again what your why actually is for this field.
I can go. Be active, stay engaged, go sign up for your local ISACA chapters, ISC Square chapters now. Go run, go sign up after this panel. Get on LinkedIn, spruce up your profile, start engaging the right way. Be curious, like previous speakers have said this morning, and stay engaged. Be in the know, be in the loop, and continue to improve your security tooling. If you're looking at certifications, it's not the quantity, it's the quality, right? Just don't go about uh, certifications just because you want a certification. Understand that how that certification is going to make the most use for you and your career and your aspirations, and that's going to tell a better story. And then if you can apply it to a role that you're applying to or you're interested in, to showcase that you want to have the experience, you have experience in doing home labs, try hack me's, hack the box, all those things, because ultimately, you know, people send resumes and there's 100,000 of resumes, right? Or you're graduating with 100,000 of your best friends, but what's going to make you stand out, right? What's going to make you be the differentiator as you look for that role to get that job, right? Because there's a lot of competition, the market is in flux, so you need to put your best foot forward and make something that's going to identify you as the best candidate for the position, and that's what I would recommend for everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, I like stay curious. I know I've mentioned that a few times. Just see challenges as opportunities. And as we all said, you have to put the time in. I know it's tough. I know we have other things going on in our lives. We may be transitioning to a career, trying to come into this career, but move your way into it. Don't, and I love what Felipe said, don't think like someone allows you into this career. If you're interested, if you're working on it, if you do the work, you're in the career. Then you can go from there into your position. But you volunteer and get active in the local chapters, and it'll pay dividends back. But yeah, good luck, and I'd love to connect with all of you. I've gotten breaks, and I know we all have here, so it's it paid forward, and I always like to help the people coming up. Thanks.
Amazing. So we have resources actually at the end of the Luma. If you go into the Luma, we prepared resources for you at the end of it. And everyone from the audience, if they want to add resources to that document, at the end of the day, we just want to make sure everyone has the right resources to start somewhere if they're interested in cybersecurity. We have an audience question that I would like to address. How would someone break into a role where as a cybersecurity specialist could be contracted out for work on an FOB or military installation as a civilian contractor?
I'll defer. Kenneth, do you have any federal, do you hire federal folks on the federal side?
Yeah, I do for my client. So let me see, what's my pregnant role? For that, a lot of times they're going to require you to have a clearance. It's probably one of the biggest things, right? So being eligible to get a clearance is one of your probably the first steps, right? Second step is military personnel are a pretty tight-knit community, right? So definitely getting referred to probably your best bet for that as well. So if you live close to whatever military installation or base you want to go to, right? If you live in the DMV area, it's a lot easier, right? Because most of the folks go out to drink and dinner at the same place over and over again, for like different conferences and different meetups. So definitely taking that route is going to be very beneficial. That's how a lot of my students have gotten jobs, right? So that'll probably even be my first bet for you in that regard.
I would say with this right now, honestly, federal government's a tough place to work. It is difficult to get in right now. I just want to be honest, and I used to mentor people in getting government jobs, and I think I'd let this dust settle for a little bit without getting political there. So, but to get a contract job, you just, make sure you're able to get a security clearance. Honestly, think about that. Look at the requirements for security clearance. But if you get a job, there's so many contracting companies. I mean, you got the DC area, but look at the companies that do it. You got Boeing, Northrop Grumman, you got the big ones there. But if you get your certifications and start to network with those people, the local groups we've all been mentioning. There's InfraGard is a great group. That's a free group, and it's a partnership between the FBI and the civilian sector. That's a great group to get involved in. They actually do a background check on you as well. I've been a member for a while now. That's where you can start to meet some of the folks who are civilian contractors, and that's a great way to network. But InfraGard is a great group, and hit me up if you need details about that. Thanks.
Okay, we're ready for the next one. If one wants to get into a particular role, let's say offensive security engineer, is it necessary to have a knowledge of other roles too, like hear about SOC analysts and others?
I can start. The answer is yes, because I've been in the cyber threat operations centers for Fortune 50 companies, and you work with SOC analysts, you work with the offensive security team, you work with the cyber hunting teams. So having that knowledge and understand what they're doing is going to put you in a position to basically be successful in what you're doing operationally, because ultimately you got to think that everyone's representing the organization and try to reduce risk and improve security posture, regardless if they're a SOC analyst, security engineer, GRC person, program manager. So everyone needs to kind of delineate and understand that if you have knowledge of the other teams, engagements and happenings, you're probably going to be better set up in a position for success for your own particular role as an offensive security engineer or whatever that is, right, within the security function and the overall infosec function in those organizations. So I definitely say it's definitely something you want to evaluate. Is it necessary?